What's up, guys? This is Ryan. I have a E50M replay cast here. I believe this was my first ace in the E50M. It took quite a few battles, but I am happy with the result of this game, and so I figured I'd put it up. So, we're on Tundra and on the North Spawn, and in almost every tank, typically, no matter what class, I actually go hill, which, a lot of people say that's the right thing to do. Usually heavy tanks will go one line. If I have a heavy tank with even like 6 or 7 degrees of gun depression, typically I'll go hill. I just feel like it's a great position to be in because you can get shots on everything. If you follow my cursor on the minimap, you can get shots here, you can get shots pretty much on the stuff that's over here on this side of this mountain, which is great. So I'm, trying to get to hill as quick as I can. I get shot by a camper, and my gun gets hit immediately, which is not great. And at the time, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of tunnel visioning, just trying to make sure I don't get shot too much. I whiffed a shot on the bat shot. I felt really bad for a standard B, but, it is what it is. And so this bat shot backs up into a rock, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to ram this guy. And as you can see, I end up actually pushing him for a lot more damage than I thought. I rammed him for over 300 just from that kind of, like, measly shove. And I'm like, this guy's reloading. I need to take him out of the game as soon as possible. Bat jets are dangerous. It's a really good tank. And I'm like, while this guy's reloading, he's completely vulnerable. I just have to make sure I get that done. And the bat jet's down. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, hill, unless I get ammo racked and the Mutz gets ammo racked or something, hill's probably won. I mean, I'm up here already with nothing to contest. And I'm, looking for shots across where I was pointing before with my cursor. Like, the IS-38's there, but he's in a spot where it's hard for me to hit because of the bridge, and he's around a corner. So I'm like, I might as well figure out what's happening down here. So I pushed the bat shot hole out originally to be like, maybe I can get some shots on something, but then I just kind of stick my angled front out, and the ISU was still there. I figured he was. He took the bait, and I see that he's firing a heat round. The reason that's important is because it means he's got the old school derp gun, not the 152 that's good. So I felt a lot better about that engagement, and I just, I'm like, no matter what gun I have, I'm going to be able to win that engagement with that ISU. The Object 416, I give this guy credit, was able to dodge my ram. I was a little bit pissed about it, I'm not going to lie, because ramming a 416 would have probably killed him. But it is what it is. We get a shot into him anyways. Oh wait, no. I think I whiffed it. Well, whatever. So I noticed that I keep looking in chat. There's people spamming, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, never mind. This guy is actually in trouble. Our Mutz is flipped on his side on the hill, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. I'll do it. The Emil was the one that kind of just ignored the Mutz in chat, even though the Mutz was trying to get specifically the Emil's attention. This mod 1 is like trying to tell people that this guy's flipped and doesn't even realize that I'm on my way there, which doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm like, alright, I'll help this guy out, like, if it's a waste of time and we lose, whatever. But then I realized something while I'm up here, and I'm glad I came up here. I'm actually kind of glad this guy was flipped. I was able to save him, and on top of it, I'm like, hold on a minute, they're getting near our cap. And what I was saying about hill before, why it's so great, is because you can hit here, you can hit here, you can hit here. A large force of their enemy tanks are just centered right here, and I'm like, okay, this is like free damage. Snap a shot into the IS-3A, pull back, I'm fine. I'm gonna see if I can get another one. Doesn't look like it. I see this Yags here. Again, free damage. He's not facing me. I'm not threatened at all in this position. I see he's giving me a side shot, and I'll take that one. I would have tried to drive wheel him, but at that range, I didn't know if I would be able to pen, and I did want to get the damage. The not-so-great DPM on this thing makes it so I can't put a shot into the T10, but, again, like, that's fine. Like, it's one shot. It's not that big of a deal. And so their push that could have actually ended up being very dangerous, I help to stop. I see there's a stock turret KP4 here, and I'm like, okay, this is a farm. First one, high rolls for 440, and I'm like, I guess I'll just get the kill at this point, The T-30 ends up killing that Emil 1, which is unfortunate, but, again, I couldn't really save him from the position he was in. I couldn't kill the T-30 in time, and I couldn't even hit him at that point. So I try to like lurch over, see if I can get a blind shot in, and at this point I realize the T-30's fallen back. So, you know, it is what it is. The Emil 1 is angry, so he starts spamming again. I'm gonna say that, like, to the people who do that, don't do it more than like 4 or 5 times, because it's just gonna piss everyone off. Like, yeah, it'll get whatever attention you're trying to get, but we're gonna want to listen to you less if you do that. Anyways, so at this point, I'm like, you know, we're up 10-8. I guess this could still go awry, but as soon as I see that the Conqueror dies, I'm like, okay, we're probably fine. I'm gonna try to get a shot on the T-30. I whiff, but it's fine. And I'm gonna try to angle my hole as best I can. He takes the bait and shoots my upper front plate in an angle. There's no way he could pen it, even with APCR rounds. I get a nice ram for 229, even though I think the T-30 is a heavier tank than this. I don't know. Either way, I get the ram. I'm on a face hug now, and at this point I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't bounce me. I was looking for a cupola shot, and he ends up doinking me again. I end up shooting a really stupid angle of his turret, but again, like, it's not a big deal. So I pinged out for a second there, but then I get the shot into the hull. Not a worry in the world to pen that, and so yeah. The IS-3A managed to hit me once, but it was only a tracking shot, and I know that that thing is dangerous, but I realize that the arty is pinging it, so I'm gonna, you know, try and farm. The Emil is once again pinging at me to get the IS-3A because the Emil is dead, and I'm just kind of ignoring him at this point because the T-10 has more HP, and I'm getting a little bit greedy here, but again, you know, the T-10 already died. The FE-207 got him. I'm like, if he's gonna be penning him or pinging him on the mini-map, you know, I'll let him do that. And the last thing alive is the pig, and I know that that thing's made of cheese, so I'm going to try to get a shot in, and then I see him driving towards me after I whiff, and I'm like, ramming speed. He shoots me because arty, and so I just aim up in the half turret thing, and I get the last kill. So that's the game. 5 kills, 6,761 damage, 2,980 damage blocked, and 269 assisted. I believe that is just spotting damage for the Stritzfang. That's right, yeah. So I didn't do almost any assisted damage in this game, but at the same time, I don't mind. You know, this was my best result, my E50M. I think it was an ace. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was my first ace. So I think this was a good example of what the E50M is capable of in terms of, you know, you don't always have to have insane DPM to have huge impact. There's another tank that I like to play that is very different in terms of the playstyle, but still has bad DPM, that the SCG. I play that thing and typically, you know, it's like another 390 alpha gun, but it's at tier 8. Tanks like that, like, the DPM's not good, but it's got a super accurate gun, and if you lead shots correctly, you can still do a lot of damage, because, like Quickie Baby said in a video that I watched recently from years ago, this thing, while, again, it doesn't have the best DPM, it's, you know, if you compare it to something even like an STB, which has insane DPM, the gun handling on this is just so much better. And I did whiff a few shots on the move, and I think that was just RNG kind of like not cooperating too much with me. But again, I don't mind. I still did almost 7k. I blocked 20 off from 3,000 damage, and half of that is from the T-30, but that's also because both him misplaying and me playing correctly. I didn't scout as much as I do in my other mediums, but at the same time, I typically play this just like a brawler, like I'm face-hugging things, and again, I'm not probably going to get too much spotting for that unless I'm spotting a sniper that the enemies are shooting. So I'm happy with that result. I don't think I got any special medals except for a high caliber. And so I think I'm going to call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. If you do, maybe leave a like or subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and chances are you haven't because I only have like 8 or 9. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, peace out.